Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is March the 29th, 2018, opening day 2018 for the Major League Baseball season. Strong hand, long-term thinking, gold and hold. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. And yeah, have a freaking strong hand because a lot of people are trying to FUD you out. But Bitcoin, it's the honey badger, okay? And I'm going to talk about this shirt. I'm going to talk about that other shirt in a second. I wanted to thank Planet Musk Vlog. Yesterday at the end of the show, he sent some super chat donation, and you're welcome to do that if you're in a chat now. And he said he liked the Tesla stock. And he said TSLA. I didn't know he was talking about Tesla. I wanted to add that at the top of this show because he did send a super chat. And yeah, I like, well, I don't invest in stocks at all, but I do like the company Tesla. I like Elon Musk because they are innovators, and it's a really cool car. I like being in that car. When I was in Los Angeles, I got to be in one of them. If you check out the archives linked to below, you'll see when I was at the Tesla dealership. Was it in Burbank? I mean, it was in the Los Angeles area. All right. So another thing here. Yeah, the Orioles won today. That's my baseball team. It's my one little diversion in life. You know, my one, you know, it's baseball's about numbers, okay? I love it because of the numbers. It helps my brain. It helps me with numbers. But baseball's a long season. And so, yeah, we're happy the Orioles won today. It was opening day. It's a great day. It's always a special day. But it's just one game in a long season. There are 161 more games. So the lesson for all the Bitcoin people out there is you cannot get too excited or too down about just one day. There's a whole season out there, and the Bitcoin season never ends, okay? And so you move on from a bad day, you go to the next, then you take it one day at a time. You think, what are your long-term goals here, okay? And that's, you know, winning the title in baseball, obviously. But in Bitcoin, it's, you know, think long-term. What's it going to be? What's this thing going to do to change the freaking world? Changing the freaking world is winning the World Series in Bitcoin. So you got to keep that in mind. You can't get too down about one day or about one aspect or one player. So there's some perspective comparing it to today's lovely events in baseball. Speaking of one day at a time, tomorrow, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's 6 p.m. in London, 7 p.m. in Johannesburg, is This Week in Bitcoin right here. It's going to be awesome, dudes. So tune in tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. London time, 7 p.m. Johannesburg time. Here, This Week in Bitcoin. Tai Zen is going to be on. Abe from South Africa will be on. I ran into him in Johannesburg. And a new guy, Josh Alswitz. I linked to his Carpe Noctam Twitter below. He's really awesome dude. And I'm looking forward to having him on the show for the first time. And remember, on Saturday, there is no show this only happens twice a year. I'm not going to have a show on Saturday. It's Passover. And because I'm Jewish, we're not going to have a show. Passover starts on Friday night. So that's why we're having an early This Week in Bitcoin tomorrow. I'm excited about Passover. And I hope if you're Jewish out there that you will be celebrating Passover also. Try to. It's a good thing to do. It's great to take some time off from the world. And Passover is one of my favorite holidays. So no show on Saturday. All right. Adam gets a little bit of a break. So let's start with a tweet here by Barry Silbert. Does he celebrate a Passover? I don't know. He's got a name that kind of, I don't know if he's Jewish or not. The Bitcoin price volatility is a lot more tolerable after you've lived through an 80% price correction or two, he says. And it's true, man. Barry, you've got a veteran strong hand, just like me. I'm trying to teach people to have strong hands. Retweets from veterans like Barry and me. As you can tell, I mean, the fiat price, this bear market for fiat price, it really doesn't affect me very much. I'm going about my daily business as I always do. I always take off on Passover. I always spend time with my family here on Passover. I run every day. I've been doing everything that I always do because one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. I value my wealth in Bitcoin. I'm always trying to get more Bitcoin. I don't care what it's worth in dollars. And we're gonna get to that in a second. Again, this T-shirt is the Honey Badger T-shirt by Cryptograffiti. I know a lot of you like it. I haven't worn it in a while because I haven't been in Baltimore since last year. But I'm back, and you can go to the link section below and use the Meister discount code to get a shirt at Cryptograffiti. And also, of course, check out the cryptohwwallet.com. You can get Trezor and your Ledger Nano, and there's discounts for the Meister down there too. And you can buy directly from Trezor also. These are all linked to below. Always check the link section below because everything I talk about, the tweets, the articles, they're all linked to below. And also linked to below is the earlier today, I was on the World Crypto Network. Anthony Hoffman and I had a lovely discussion about crypto dividends and the bear market, and I was pumping everyone up on there. You know, I'm bringing my positivity, and Andy's got his New York style, and everything was great. We talked a little bit of baseball too. The Mets, actually, he likes the Mets. I like the Orioles, and they both won today, coincidentally. But yeah, check that out. It was a good video, and we talked B cash, all sorts of things. I think we had some different perspectives there, so you'll enjoy it. And of course, both of us are always on the World Crypto Network podcast, which are linked to below, and that's going to be expanded soon. There's a lot of awesome World Crypto Network stuff planned, really exciting stuff that Corey and the gang are working on out west, baby. That's where, yeah, I gotta get out west soon. I am going out west soon. Yeah, I'll be in St. Louis on the 13th, and then afterwards in Los Angeles, then Denver. We'll go over that later because I've been talking non-Bitcoin way too much this show. All right. Speaking of one last non-Bitcoin thing, I know a lot of you guys, I used to have an Ask Me Anything once a month. And those things got kind of graphic. Some of you guys are really immature people. Maybe you're 19 and you just ask questions that are just like, you know, how many women have you slept with? And I mean, it's just, worse than that, worse questions than that, really lowly questions, you know, how do you comb down there? I mean, just for so I didn't like to Ask Me Anythings anymore. But what I thought, maybe we could, instead of having a once a month Ask Me Anything, would you guys like a once a week show that didn't have much to do with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? It was just because people asked me about my healthy lifestyle and health and travel. Would you want like a once a week show about that? Because I mean, I do travel a lot. I live a low-cost lifestyle. I live a very healthy life. I love to run. I live a unique life, and you guys can do it too. And so I thought, and a lot of people ask, you know, how can I do this? How can I be a minimalist? And well, I thought maybe once a week, maybe I should have a show about it. So if you think I should, leave a comment in the comment section about that, or you can email me at adam@trezorhelp.com. If you need a crypto consultation, email me at adam@trezorhelp.com too. You need help setting up your Trezor. I don't promote that enough now. You know, I've been busy. You know, I don't need to, I'm in a good situation in life. I don't have to, you know, I've got it set up well. So yeah, maybe we'll have a show about that once a week or once every 2 weeks. Who knows? Okay, what else do we have here? Robert Gross yesterday in the chat, because I do check out the chat sometimes after the show. I can't see you right now unless you do the super chat. But Robert Gross added, because I was talking about blind diversification and how we had a situation, and it will return to the cryptocurrency space, where people were just buying for the sake of diversification, and they didn't know what the heck they were buying. Well, I got to have something other than Bitcoin, so I better follow the pack and just buy what they're doing in China. I'll buy Cardano or Neo or this or that because it's related to Asia, and I have no idea what it is. But Robert left this quote by Warren Buffett, and I actually linked to the quote the explanation of what it means, and I think you can tell what it means. And here's the quote: diversification is protection against ignorance. It makes little sense if you know what you are doing. Okay? So if you are schooled, if you understand Bitcoin, if you understand why it's the rock, why it's the king, then yeah, there's no need to really diversify at all. You're not going to be a person who's buying up Neo and Cardano when everyone else is buying it at all-time highs. You know what Bitcoin is about. You know about the 2020 halving. If you don't know what the 2020 halving is, you should not consider diversifying at all. Okay, learn what the 2020 halving is. We're going to get back to that in a second. All right, you can follow me on Twitter at TechBalt, TECHBALT, and of course that BALT stands for Baltimore. That is where I am from originally and where I am until the 13th, until I get back on the road again. I visit Baltimore about 4 times a year now, it seems. And one of the times is for Passover, which is now. And to take care of some other business too, I got to still take care of. All right, and and you can follow me at Steemit at Bitcoin Meister. That thing's growing. So is the Twitter. All right, pound that freaking like button because I had not said that yet. Self-discipline equals freedom. All right, so Bdiamond. People still ask me about Bdiamond. Finally, this is more of a CoinMarketCap comment, but CoinMarketCap lists some of these crypto dividends, and then it doesn't list the circulating supply, so it doesn't actually give a market cap value for the coin, so it doesn't actually rank it. Well, finally, they fixed Bdiamond. And I think another one that I never heard, or that I hardly heard of, Bdiamond, I think it was. I don't know what I forget. They all get mixed up now in my head. But Bdiamond is now ranked number 37 coin on the planet by market capitalization. It's good they've updated that. It's a little too late in some ways, but hey, it's never too late. The Bdiamond guys are pretty responsive to me and everything. I don't know what's going on over there right this second. They're based in Asia. Who knows? The lesson from all this is that during a bear market, and it's definitely a cryptocurrency bear market now, everything's going down worse than Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin's dominance keeps on going up because the other ones are going down worse than it is in terms of fiat. But who cares? You value your wealth in Bitcoin, and you hold Bitcoin. This is not a time to debut a crypto dividend, okay? You debut your crypto dividend when everybody in Korea and everybody is just buying, they're getting a hold of all Neo and all this stuff, and everything's just going wild, and fiat price is going wild, and everyone's just exuberant. And I mean, that's when you debut your crypto dividend, because the 80%ers are just going to blindly buy it up instead of just waiting to get it for free. And Bdiamond and Monero V, it's already, they can't stop now. It's already too late. But if you're another crypto dividend, what I advise you to do, and Andy and I talked about this, if you're thinking of doing a crypto dividend, or you're thinking of making an altcoin, or especially a crypto dividend, line it up with exchange. The first thing you got to do is make sure an exchange is going to be able to sell it. Okay? Get some exchanges lined up, then wait until the market, the crypto market is in a bull market, and then debut then. This is not a time, you don't want to risk it. Even though you might be the only one doing it now, it's not worth it. But anyway, these are centralized coins, crypto dividends. That's just my advice to them. Again, I don't buy them. I just get them for free. Because when you hold Bitcoin, that's what happens, man. You get them for free. Or if some of these other, Monero V, I happen to have a little bit of Monero. I'll get my Monero V too. I'm not endorsing Monero here either when I say that I have some Monero. People have given it me over time. I never got rid of it. Even though I should try to get some Bitcoin for it, but whatever. There's others that I've been given. I convert to Bitcoin right away. So, all right. So here is something. Well, first of all, I want to say Bitcoin is not a checking account. There's a big difference between a savings account and a checking account. Do not confuse the two, people. Do not confuse, because a savings account you don't touch. All right. Checking account, you keep on putting stuff in, taking stuff out, putting stuff in, use it to pay your bills, use it to pay your taxes. So here is a tax-related, I guess, question I'm getting lately, or I'm hearing. Is this, in terms of the price of Bitcoin going down in fiat, some people are like, well, it'll stop around April 15th because people right now are selling their Bitcoin in order to pay their taxes. They don't have enough money saved to pay their taxes. So they got to get into the one thing that they have of value. They just got to hock off now, which is Bitcoin, which of course lowers the price of Bitcoin. They're using their Bitcoin like they should have been using their checking account, but there's nothing left in their checking account because they spent too much on tattoos and rims for the car and just crazy things because they're given $10, they spend $11. It's ridiculous how Americans work, or how the Westerners work. Anyway, if this is really happening, if people are selling their Bitcoin, treating it as a checking account to pay their taxes, then it just starts off a cycle of selling and taxes. You didn't realize you would have to pay taxes on your selling of Bitcoin that you did beforehand. Okay, so now you are paying taxes on previously for you previously selling Bitcoin, but you have to sell more Bitcoin in order to pay those taxes from selling Bitcoin, which of course will force you to sell more Bitcoin next year to pay for the taxes on the Bitcoin that you sell this year, which you are using to pay your taxes. So it just triggers this never-ending cycle, and it's not good. That's why you shouldn't start on this. Okay, you shouldn't sell your Bitcoin at all, because you're going to have to end up paying taxes, and then you're going to have to sell more Bitcoin to pay those taxes. Now, if the fiat price drops, followed by a post-April 15th rise in 2019, if this all happens again in 2019, what we're seeing now in 2018, then we're going to be pretty sure of the answer of the question, which is part of the fiat price drop because of tax-related selling? If this same thing happens again in 2019, then yeah, then it is. Then what's going on now? We're going to have to wait until 2019 to get a real answer to see why is the selling really happening now? Now, I don't give a darn why the price is going down now. I actually don't give a darn, but a lot of people are curious about it because I just think 2020. Also, if this is if the price drop in terms of fiat now and in 2019 is really being caused by United States citizens selling their Bitcoin to pay their taxes, then Americans play quite a large role in the Bitcoin ecosystem, okay? Quite a large role. That means individual Americans are playing a major role in the fiat price drop. Okay, if we can prove this by 2019, you're going to have to be patient, people. Can you guys wait till 2019 to get the answer to this question? Anyway, value your wealth in Bitcoin. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. That's what you got to remember. Have a strong hand. Americans, stop trying to be traders, because you're just going to get stuck in this vicious cycle of having to keep on selling your Bitcoin to pay your taxes that you owe the U.S. government because you sold Bitcoin in the first place and thought you were a trader. All right, speaking of the year 2019, if you can't survive a bear market until then you don't have the 2020 halving mindset or the Bitcoin savings account mindset, okay? Because 2019 is not a long time from now at all. Not at all. I mean, it's 9 months away at this point. And I know it sounds futuristic, but come on. You need discipline, and you need to be able to live within your means for like 2 years at least until this 2020 halving happens, all right? We're about 2 years away from the 2020 halving. If you can't live in your means, I mean, if you have to buy like rims for your car and you think you have to do this, then I don't know what to say. You're an 80%er, man. You got to treat this as a savings account. You got to be patient, people. I got to tell you personally that if Bitcoin went to 0 tomorrow, I mean, I could still live the exact same lifestyle that I live right now. And you guys see the lifestyle I live. I'm in a different continent every week, it seems like. And that's because I treat my Bitcoin as a savings account. I have never sold it for fiat. So I'm just careful with what I have. I live within my means. Where you can make a buck, I make a buck. Where I can save a buck, I save a buck. I mean, it's a minimalist type of lifestyle in one sense, but I mean, you just gotta. For me, it's easy to save money, man. For me, it's you find a good Airbnb deal, You make you make your own food. Don't be a lazy bum and go to a freaking restaurant every day. That's how you blow all your money. Don't drink. Don't do drugs. Be healthy. You save a lot of money that way. Okay, it's instant gratification versus deferral of gratification. 80%ers versus 20%ers. I know how to defer gratification. Do you? Learn it, live it, love it. Pound that like button. All right, here's another one last tweet before we really get off the Bitcoin wagon here, Bitcoin train here. This is from George Donnelly. And he says, life, and it's linked to below, life is only as fair as your efforts make it. There are no guarantees, and selfish, short-sighted attempts to force guarantees only create more unfairness. Okay, people, you got to have, there's some effort in life here. If you give effort, it's going to be fair, man. Give it your best shot. Give it your best shot, people. All right, and check out that link below. George is a smart guy, very interesting guy. All right, so that's the end of the Bitcoin part of the show. So again, I would read this tomorrow. I did this last year. I guess this is going to become a Passover tradition on this show. And so on Passover, we read from the Haggadah, which tells the story of Passover. And one of my favorite parts of the Haggadah and of the Seder itself, which again will be on Friday night and Saturday night. And again, I'm not going to read this tomorrow because it's This Week in Bitcoin, and it's already a long show. That's a long show. But I like the conclusion of the Seder. And this is something that the Jewish people have read for 2,000 years. It varies on this part of the Haggadah, how old this part is. Some say 1,000 years, whatever it is. But it's about long-term thinking. It's about what we've always wanted, what we always dreamed from generation to generation. This one paragraph kind of sums it up. And we were very patient. And this is how I built my life. I've learned from my ancestors that you could be patient, and then you can wait 2,000 years, and eventually the dream, it's fulfilled after 2,000 years. Definitely, you'll get it. Conclusion of the Seder. Ended is the Passover Seder, according to custom, statute, and law. As we were worthy to celebrate it this year, so may we perform it in future years. O pure one in heaven above, restore the congregation of Israel in your love. Speedily lead your redeemed people to Zion in joy next year in Jerusalem.